Hello, my name is Janell Santana and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am the owner of Self-Care. Please hit the subscribe button and the bell so you could be updated on upcoming self-care videos. Today, I want to talk about self-care versus self-medicate. Today, we enlighten everyone on how to make sure our cups are filled at all times. Self-care is internal, and in order for our cups to be filled, we have to work on the mind, body, and soul. The mind is a mental, emotional aspect of a human being. The mind processes thoughts, ideas, as well as feelings and emotions. The body is the physical aspect of a human being. The soul is non-physical aspect of a human being. The soul is that part of us that longs to have meaning and seek answers to great questions. Who am I? Why am I here? What is my purpose? The soul is an external part of us. Self-care is an activity we do deliberately in order to take care of our mental, emotional, and physical health. Self-medicate to alleviate oneself of physical or mental pain through alternatives, forms such as recreational drugs or alcohol. Today, I want to add to self-medicating. Let's talk about adding to self-medicating. We all self-medicate. Self-medicating does not have to necessarily be drugs or alcohol. Self-medicating could be exercising. It's various things. So part of us, which is the mind, body, and soul, we feel uncomfortable with how we look. So a way to feel better of how we look and to make ourselves transform in a healthy way, we would self-medicate by exercising. If you're feeling depressed, a good way to self-medicate is go shopping. Get your nails done, get your hair done, go out to eat, just going out to do something fun so you don't feel depressed. Another way, you feeling the need to release stress, which is self-care. Like, I don't want to feel this way no more. You could go for a long walk. You could have sex. Those are great ways to alleviate stress. So that's part of self-care. Another way for self-care is, and this could be good and bad, you know those people who always need a crowd around them or someone around them because they don't want to deal with those thoughts? So, hey, what you doing? Come outside. Hey, I'm going here. Never could be alone. The reason why they can't be alone is because their thoughts, they don't want to think. They don't want to have that alone time. Is it a great way? No. Is it a great way to have people around? Yes. But sometimes you have to sit and meditate. Meditation is also a great way to self-medicate. Words of affirmation is also another one. You know, those people that, like for me, every day I read a word of affirmation. I'm going to start words of affirmation as well. But just reading them out loud is a good way to self-medicate. People with health problems who no longer want to take medication, the way that they self-medicate is maybe change their diet, go vegan or something like that, or even self-medicate is taking prescribed medication to feel better. Our seventh one is traumatic life events. For one is death. How do we self-medicate from death? We grieve. We shut down. A way that I dealt with the loss of my mother was my self-medication was I created self-care. So through self-care, I'm grieving, but I know there's a purpose at the end of the tunnel. Some more trauma that people use and they self-medicate, like people who have been sexually abused, physically in pain, a disease, feeling abandoned, mentally abused. physically abused, or maybe people who are in prison and then in prison for a long time. A way that they self-medicate is by sexually acting out. They could avoid sex using drugs like snorting heroin or cocaine, using an illegal substance because they can't take the pain of the trauma, so they use drugs. We tend to believe physical abuse is normal, but it's not. Another way to self-medicate: he beats me today but loves me tomorrow. So the way that they self-medicate is the love part. He said he was sorry. She said he was sorry, because believe it or not, men are physically abused just the way women are. Mental abuse, we create this I'm a bitch, I'm this, the name calling, the inappropriate behavior as normal, but it's not. It's traumatizing us. We should never talk or knock anyone, because we don't know what their life has led them to the self-medicating. The ones on drugs, or people overeating, self-harmers, all of those are ways to not deal with pain, which is self-medicating. So I want to go over them one more time just so we know what self-care is. Self-care is the mind, body, and soul. What we react from our mind is the physical part, our body, and what we put in our soul, which is non-physical. But who am I? Why am I here? Not feeling good about yourself. Feeling good about yourself, want to do something nice, you self-medicate with the materialistic things by going to get your hair done, going to get your nails done, go shopping. You know, those people, like I said, that need those crowds to stay in so they don't deal with their own thoughts. That self-medication is when they're not dealing with those thoughts and having those crowd around so they don't have to deal with them. People who have health problems like lupus, cancers, people want to start eating right or turning into vegan, or maybe even taking the prescribed meds. Traumatic death it's traumatic. Death is traumatic within itself. People in prison, people who have been sexually abused, all of these things. And that's why people go out and have sex with multiple men, or don't have sex because of the trauma. When it's death, you shut down. Physical pain, mental pain, abuse, all of those things we self-medicate by erasing what was and what could have been to, oh, okay, so he beat me, but he said he loves me, or it was a mistake. So you're self-medicating by making your mind think that what has happened to you is okay. So self-care versus self-medicate. I know the term self-care is an activity we do deliberately. So self-care is something, it is the mind, body, and soul. It is internal, but we do external things to care about ourselves. Self-medicate alleviates the pain, whatever we don't want to deal with, or something we do want to deal with in a positive way. So self-medicating is not necessarily have to be negative. I know the meaning means alcohol and drugs, but I think we need to broaden that meaning, because every day, everybody self-medicates. We don't want to go to work, but we know we have to go to work. Another form of self-medicating, which pays our bills, makes us feel like I'm not going to be homeless. There's a bunch of ways we self-medicate. I don't want to deal with my thoughts. We turn on music, self-medicating, soothing. We take hot showers. We take cold showers. Another way to self-medicate. I want to thank everyone for watching my YouTube channel. Self-care versus self-medicate. Let's continue the conversation. Please hit the subscribe button and the bell. Also, all of my contact information, because I am a life coach. And if you want to talk more about self-care or forgiveness or boundaries or any of those subjects that's on my YouTube channel, please give me a call. All of my contact information will be in the subscription. Thanks again. Hit the subscribe button and hit the bell.